Evening, guys. Everything coming in okay, audio wise and such? Sorry, I'm a little late here. I was fighting this computer. For some reason, Chrome is getting worse and worse by the day in terms of trying to load things. I don't know why. Um, I've dug into this computer and I don't know what's slowing it down. My guess is the whole uh, McAfee security thing with the whole Norton VPN protection crap that they put on here that's preloaded. I'm sure that's gumming up the whole thing. So, anyway, sorry I wasn't on last weekend. I was sick. I'm not going to go into details. Just know that I was sick. Okay. Um, I did hear back, and this is the going to be the main focus of tonight, or try to be anyway. I did hear back from Cert, that's Community Emergency Response Team. If you weren't here when I explained what that is in my last few streams, um, I have orientation on Tuesday. We were planning for today at 6 o'clock, but they held that back and did some shuffling around. So Tuesday I will be going through orientation and such. Um, I would assume that training is going to be multiple classes, like across a couple of weeks. I'm not 100% sure on it just yet. That's why they're having the orientation. So we'll find out more on Tuesday. Um, yeah, so probably next weekend you'll hear about what those whole escapades were about. Um, I'm already planning out modifications for the truck more than they are, or they've been already. How do I want to word that? More modifications than I have done already. So, might change the, depending on if I can get permission or not, might change the lights to red and white instead of amber and white. Red and white being volunteer, kind of firefighter search and rescue kind of thing. Um, I've seen pictures online where the volunteers have those same lights, so I don't see why I wouldn't be able to get permission for when I go out. So, um, yeah, so we'll see what the classes are about and such. With that being said, I'm gonna be on here when I can. Okay, as if we're not already there. Um, being that I am going to be a volunteer, well, really whatever the fuck they want me to be. That's, uh, medical personnel. That's search and rescue. That's, well, in some case, small cases, firefighter. Um, no police work, thank God. Um, yeah, in a disaster or in a situation where they need me, whether it's a major accident or like the power going out for 6 fucking days in my area. That was one. Um, Another one, like when that water main broke in Detroit and you all saw the flooded cars, that kind of thing. Things like that. Um, Depending on how frequently these events happen, depends on how frequently I'm on here. Okay, I am going to have to be on standby basically 24/7. So, I guess you can say that I'm officially part of the first responder community once I get through my classes and such. Um, Technically, I can even say I'm part of the Department of Homeland Security now, too, because that's technically what I fall under being part of Cert. Um, being that they are a federal agency. So, um, background check came back clean as always. Grace says, what happens to your job with 24-hour alerts? I've already gotten, well, semi-permission from my um, supervisor. He's really chill about just letting us go early or for a short time. Obviously, if there's a major disaster in the area, um, then yeah, they kind of have to let me go. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, they're going to have the weight of the government coming down on me, or on them, rather. Uh, Chrissy Cat says, I'm sure it'll be interesting for you and you will be good at it. I don't know if I'm be good at it, but so far I've been, the saving grace for most of my guys at work. So, I mean, why can't I be the saving grace for your common everyday person? Um, so I'm kind of moving this channel away from the doom and gloom, the digging into the numbers, the conspiracy stuff, that kind of stuff. And I'm putting the effort more towards practical stuff. Okay. I think we need to start getting back to that. Um, we've been focusing. I say we, as in like not just you guys watching me here, but the whole prepping community, as in general, has been too focused on political crap and um, doom and gloom shit. Okay, and I don't mean to sound like a parrot when many other channels are saying this. Um, but we need to get back to what prepping used to be. It used to be the guy down the road that had the basic stuff like your med kit, your guy that was the first responder, your guy that was there to help the people, the guy that did the um, what do you call it, neighborhood watch, that kind of thing. It used to be that. It used to be the guy that would protect the people for the common good. Not common good as in communism, liberalism mentality, but rather just to keep the peace. That kind of thing. Um, the ones that would be called up in a disaster that actually knew some shit to help out instead of being a liability. I was talking with the guy that directs Cert in my area, and I'm sure y'all can probably deduce what area I'm in by now, being that I've mentioned it so much, but I'm not going to give his name out for security purposes. He said that numbers have gone from like 50 to 75 down to 35 in the last couple years. And we're looking to bolster the numbers eventually here. He's got, it sounded like 25 waiting in the wings here, including myself, to be trained up. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. No, what? His name is not Bob. I can tell you that for sure. Watt says, don't focus too much on it. What are you talking about here? Hold on. Chrissy Cat says, you got the personality for it. I believe. I got a personality, all right. I don't know about being a first responder. Um, Technically, I'm the first of the first responders because Cert is called out before anybody gets there. So technically, I'd be the first one you see. I'm the guy that grabs his go. They literally give you a go bag. Granted, it's a sad excuse of one, but they got to divvy up funds evenly amongst people. But being that I'm pretty much already there and probably have better equipment than what they're giving out, I'm going to be the guy grabbing his go bag and helping as many people as I can. So, yeah, trying to put the preps to use. I'm okay. My situation is okay. And time to go back to the way things should be instead of every man for himself, rather pull the community together and survive together. Why the prepping community always has this mentality of lone wolf survivor, even myself have had that mentality, and I've been doing it for the past 12 years. Lone wolf surviving, I guess you can say. um, but I've realized that it's that's a death sentence, okay? And call me naive in my younger years, and you guys know this from when you first started watching me on here. uh, you can't do it all by yourself. And yeah, okay, 30's not old, but I'm starting to feel a little tired out after these last 6 fucking years. I don't know about you. In terms of just physically, mentally, and emotionally, you got to start relying on people, at least a little bit. So, yeah. Sniffer says we are doing good, but we are on a standby mode. Oh, great. I love standby modes. Fantastic. Sniffer says 101 is becoming an HLS. What the fuck is an HLS? Volunteer unit. Sniffer, elaborate. Uh, let's see. Truck cap is supposed to be coming either this coming week, like not not this week, because it's the week after Memorial Day, but the week after that, it's supposed to be here. So, like the first week in June, I think. So, we'll be getting that done here soon, and that will make my life 10 times easier. I don't care what it costs at this point. $3,300 for a bed cap, I swear. Um, Thank you, Watt. Holiday mall line security. What am I, Paul Blart? Fuck. Uh, oh, Sniffer says Homeland Security. Yes. Yes, I am. If you want to talk on paper, but if you really think about it, it's just a bunch of ragtag people with ham radios and people that know a little bit more than your civilian, but not quite enough as your first responder, or let me put it this way, the heavy lifting side of things, okay? We're there to assess the situation and then report back to the heavy lifters such as the fire department, police officers, etc. Um, we're like a scouting unit. We set up mobile command bases throughout the city. Uh, set up radio stations, communications in times of disaster. We set up medical triage units. Uh, we do light search and rescue, meaning if we know people are there, we're going to go in and get them out. We're not going to treat them per se unless it's critical, like tourniquet or stop the bleed type shit. But we are going to get them out in one piece if we can help it. And then, of course, there's a psychological crowd control factor. I'm looking forward to that part of it. You know, trying to make sense of the, I don't want to call them normies because none of them are normal, but like, if I was in a situation and my neighbors on my block here came to me and they're all, what do we do? I would be like, okay, where are my medics? Who here has medical experience, like nurses, doctors, etc.? You over here start doing this. Where are my the younger guys that are strong? You know, my heavy lifters. You know, the ones that work out and that can lift things. I need you moving stuff over here or clearing this, that, and the other thing. Um, you know, where are my linemen for electrical issues? Where are my, various, pick a profession, and I would start sorting people and being like, okay, here's a walkie-talkie, go do your shit, report back, and, start laying out a map as to where these people need to check, uh, not pulling it up on a phone, an actual paper map, and like coordinating people. If the whole pull out a ruler and point to a map or circle an area with a marker. You get what I'm saying. That kind of shit. Coordinating people. So, Sniffer says backbone assessment duty. Yes. Logistics, which even in my regular duties as a warehouse worker, logistics is like my thing. So, um, okay. I get it, Sniffer. Backbone assessment duty. Yes. Uh, let's see here. So it's only in the event of a disaster. Yes. No. No, it is not. No, we help out whether that's with like I will be called up to do major disasters, and I'm going from like most severe to the least minor thing. Okay, we're talking 9/11 events. We're talking terroristic events. We're talking invasions of other countries invading us. Okay, earthquakes, hurricanes, tornadoes, etc., floods, those kinds of things. Okay, major shit, biological attacks. They actually have that in their handbook. Biological attacks, which means I gotta get a fucking gas mask, and a suit. Um, and then you got like your major fires, your everyday. Well, I say everyday, but your most uncommon everyday occurrences, your fires, your water main breaks, your bigger emergencies on a daily basis. Um, then you have like your minor car accidents, your go direct traffic over here, uh, go shut down the highway, um, go shut down this road, whatever. And then you got direct traffic for like a parade. I'll make sure people park over here, and then you've got your recruitment events. So that is in order from major disasters to least common or very small minor things that you do. And then at the very bottom, you knock on doors handing out pamphlets on how to be a prepper. Fuck. So, yes, that is in the order of most major to least major. So I would say I'm going to fall into somewhere between major disaster and uncommon everyday disaster, bigger event. And then if I feel like it, maybe go direct a parade or some shit. I don't know. That's somewhere. That's about what I'm going to be doing. Oh, and potential search and rescue, like if we have missing people, which means I'm probably going to be end up finding dead bodies in Detroit. Fun, not fun. So you see, I know my shit too. My wife, on the other hand, she should be your wish. Great, fantastic sniffer. Let's see what else is going on in chat. Well, Bushcrafts here. So who here remembers when we coordinated to help like Mad Shad and a few others with finances and to get them prepped up and not homeless type deal. Do you remember when we would coordinate things way back in the day across country? Okay. I mentioned that to the director of Cert in my area, and he kind of sounded a little impressed that I knew so many people across the country to coordinate things, even though I was not on the ground myself. I take credit, but okay, I took a little credit. Give me 1 second. My knee is in a spasm. Yeah, I'm getting old. Get over it. Vet Prep says he just saw Mad Shad last week. No shit. Is he doing okay? I hadn't kept up with the dude. Um, so where am I going with the rest of this? I'm eventually going to try to make the truck into a mobile command center. I don't know exactly what that's going to entail, but kind of pop in, pop out type of deal where I'm thinking a box shape that'll go in between the fenders in the back end of the truck. Slide it out, have it turn into a table type deal. Uh, have radios, medicine, medical shit, etc. Like those slide out drawers that you see people with their tools and stuff. Something like that. But with all the gear that is needed. B Charming says, "What about my mom when I have to leave she'll be okay here." Because the thing is, when I'm responding to cert incidences, it's close by. It's within 2 to 3 miles. Okay. The way they have the program designed is depending on where you're located, you have a certain area that you take care of. If you live in this area, you take care of your neighborhood. You don't necessarily go outside your little jurisdiction. Um, if it's an accident or something, or I got to go across town to shut down the highway, that's not a big deal. But in a shit hits the fan, I'm right. I'm gonna stay right here. I'm not leaving my post per se, and it also helps that I am within, well, I wouldn't say earshot, but I would say running distance of the police department, which is where this stuff is coordinated out of. So, really, if I had to run home, I literally could run a half a mile home. So, it's not like I'd be out of, a half hour away. Hell, my work is a half hour away. I'd be more strapped to get from work to my home than I would be if I was just doing regular disaster stuff in my local area here. Um, at which point, I'm turning on the lights and siren if they allow me to have those, which I think they do. Um, Turning that shit on. I'm driving on people's lawns. I'm doing everything in my power to get home at that point. Cert does not require you to respond. He said first you take care of yourself, then you help us. So if I'm not able to help them, then I don't necessarily have to. Would I feel guilty about not? Yeah. But if it means protecting myself and my own, then yes, that comes first. Full Monty, I remember you. Bullshit. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So let me go ahead and I'll drop the invite for my regulars and we'll get to talking about uh, if y'all can hold a subject, let me put it that way. Uh, we'll get to talking about helping your community in a disaster, whether you should or shouldn't, or what y'all's opinions are. There's the invite for my regulars. Sniffer says, the kind of preps I have now will blow away. I have 2 full cases of two-way radio. Jesus Christ, bro. First aid kit. Yeah, okay. You have all what you have there. That's fine by me. Just don't use it on me. Hello.
Hello.
So,
How's it going?
I don't know what you've caught and what you didn't catch.
I just got home.
Okay. Long story short, bed cap is coming in about a week to 2 weeks. Um, and CERT, the Community Emergency Response Team, set me up for an orientation on Tuesday. So I'm going to, once I pass the training, which shouldn't be that difficult, uh, I will be officially part of Department of Homeland Security. So, yeah. So, question for you, Bushcraft. Would you or would you not help your community in a disaster situation?
I already have.
I know you have.
Yeah. Behave. Well, wasn't this community, but it was one next township over. When the tornado hit.
Okay.
Not too far from here last year.
Do you see yourself just as a helper, or do you see yourself like barking out orders to people and directing people? Kind of a first responder type role.
It depends if I need to or not. usually I'm pretty quiet, and
You're just a helping hand.
yeah, unless less needed.
Right. Sorry, I'm reading comments here. Uh, the fuck?
And you'd be surprised. Just somebody to hold somebody's hand while they lost everything.
That's something that they actually do cover in Cert, where there's a psychological factor. When they do the final course of, they call it the live action response, or where they stage things and that, they'll
Yeah.
have people that will deliberately act hysterical to test your patience and to,
Oh.
you know, uh, get you used to that environment while you're trying to, like, you'll have an instance where a wife will go crazy while you're tending to her husband, and you have to tend to his wounds while he's bleeding out, and she's screaming in your face, that kind of thing, stressing you out and testing you
Yeah.
to make sure you're good to go through it. And then they also test you on taking care of your other teammates to make sure they don't break down mentally during a situation, because there's going to be blood, guts, and uh, unsavory sights.
Oh yeah. I'm well used to that stuff.
I'm sure you are.
Yeah.
So, hello, Jim.
Hey, 101. Hey, Bushcraft.
Hey,
Um,
stranger.
I tell you, the disaster thing and accidents, I got some sad news. Those guys that died in that plane crash in San Diego were friends of my son.
Oh, what?
Oh,
What
They
plane
got-
crash?
The plane crash. They
I
had
did.
the guy, it was foggy. Actually, the guy Shapiro, he
I
had a
didn't
bit,
hear nothing about this.
he had a business called Good Fight Productions. And one of the guys is the former drummer of the band my son is a tour manager for, the Devil Wears Prada. They
hmm.
had to go somewhere and they had no choice and they had power lines in the fog.
Hmm. Sniffer says, I am what you call a safety consultant. I can give the order to either help us or keep. Okay.
Well, see,
So
that's whenever I was, the earthquake. I could have swore there was an earthquake today. I'll have to look it up.
there was one in Tennessee a couple days ago, actually.
Well, I'm talking about an hour. Well, about an hour and a half ago. Um, I'm bringing carts in, and all of a sudden the light poles just go like this, and they're going in different directions. It's not like they're going in, sequence. They were going wonky, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? I didn't feel anything with my feet or anything, but then again, I've been on my feet all day, so it's probably they're numb.
Hmm.
Would you guys hear about that volcano in Oregon where the ground has rised? It's not on a mountain. The ground has rised up about 15 feet, they've been saying, which is not good.
Damn, that's a lot
Yeah, I know.
for one go. Like, for one
Because
shit.
everybody 101 thinks of volcanoes of being in mountains. Some of these volcanoes are just like in a sunken area that looks like a crater. And when the ground starts to rise, look out.
Hmm. It's like a bubble.
Yep.
Hmm. Uh-oh, now we're really in trouble. Jeff?
Hey, Jeff.
He's screaming and yelling at you right now, and he's
Yeah,
muted.
he's muted. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the one guy my son knew, like when he was in college, he met him and he got him into the entertainment business. You figure it's like stuff. You never know when your number's coming up.
Oh,
Because I saw a post on Facebook, and I remembered my son having an email address with Good Fight Productions. Then he emailed my wife and told him what happened.
My friend just had his nephew shot in the town just next to us here, over on Friday night, and he made the Detroit news, and they caught the guy just tonight. So
Did he survive, your nephew?
no, he's gone.
No.
I'm guessing drug deal gone bad.
I seen some of that going on today.
What, in my area?
No,
Oh,
my area.
Just driving by?
No, in the parking lot.
Yeah. Okay.
It's coming. It's getting worse.
what's coming?
Chaos in the streets. Worse.
Holy shit. Okay, so 10 minutes ago, vehicle crash, 9 in Van Dyke. God, whoever's in charge of the fucking scanner page on Facebook doesn't know how to spell lately. 9 a vehicle crash on 9 in Van Dyke, multiple injuries. There's fucking cops everywhere. Holy shit.
Maybe they was excited when they were typing.
Oh, there was an earthquake today.
Where at?
Pleasant City, Ohio.
Oh.
2.5 miles southeast.
Damn. T-boned him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the kind of shit that I would respond to.
Shit.
What the fuck is going on here? Are you wearing a mask? Or are you one of them towel heads?
Diaper heads.
Been a while since I've seen a response like that.
I seen a video where two semi trucks collided in between a car, and they figured the person was dead, and they pulled the two trailers apart, and this guy was perfectly sandwiched in between two cars or two semi trailers, and they took his vitals and everything. He was fine, not a scratch on him.
Dude,
but he couldn't move. And that's
wild.
Like God was looking after that guy.
You just never know. A few years ago, down the road from us, there was a head-on collision, and the one woman survived, and the other car burst into flames, and the woman perished.
Oh my God.
We've had so many accidents on this road.
Okay. For those that don't know what MDOT is, that's the Michigan DOT. That is one of their service vehicles as of like a half hour ago.
Oh, no. Was.
It got hit in the rear end. Like, fuck, dude.
How fast was the guy going that hit him in the rear?
Jeff, they blow 140 miles an hour on 696 in my area here. They don't stop.
Damn.
Okay, Pennsylvania passed laws because, okay, electric company workers have been killed on the side of freeways by vehicles just plowing into them where there's blind spots.
Right.
Like you
I'm
see
on-
something like that, you're supposed to slow down.
Well, they don't give a shit here. They
Same
really
here.
don't. There's been times where I've almost been hit with, I mean, I've responded to accidents even before I signed up for this Cert thing. And I've still I had people just fly by. They don't care. They see the lights, they don't think anything of it.
When they see lights on the side of the road, it's like Dodge City. Let's see how close we can come without hitting them.
Right.
It's like
But-
I'm on a back road, and people, like I said, people have been killed here over the years.
I don't know if the law has passed in y'all's area or not, but down here, if you see an emergency vehicle on the side of the road and you don't pull over, you will get a ticket and a good possibility of jail time.
Well, they threaten you with that shit here too, but the thing is, it's never enforced.
I think the reason, well, I see what you're saying, but here not too long ago, it was a officer. I don't know if it was sheriff city or state who got hit by a vehicle, and they really coming down hard on that.
Here's one of just bullshit. You purposely pull up to block the fucker? Like, are you kidding me?
Oh shit! Okay. Dude hit his ass moving.
And then the guy gets pissed that they hit him? Really?
And on top of that, he's on the wrong side of the road.
Well, exactly. Like, really?
Yeah.
You want to bitch at the fire truck?
There's been police officers had given people citations. Actually, a state trooper in Philadelphia got killed giving somebody a citation a few years ago by a drunk driver.
Yeah, it'll
That's
happen.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
I hate it when people, like, I'm not a first responder yet, but I hate it when people don't give away to that kind of shit. I've seen it on the way to work. I've seen it just about anywhere. It's like
Hold on.
either they got their head up their ass and they're just not paying attention, or they just feel that they're that entitled.
Now hold on. You are going to end up becoming a first responder. Okay?
Technically, yes.
Will you be allowed to give out tickets?
No.
Ain't that a crying ass shame?
Oh, you bet your ass. You don't know, Jeff. Like, you don't know the amount of times I've been pissed enough to give somebody a ticket, or like, just today I was headed home from getting my bird's wings clipped and that and trimmed.
I didn't
Guy
think you had a
blows-
girlfriend.
Fuck you, Jeff. My Senegal parrot. Bird. Guy blows a red light and I'm honking the horn like, dude, you just did a rolling stop at a red light. What The fuck?
That's normal around here because the sheriffs don't pull people over unless it's really bad,
Right.
like right in front of them.
That's the same
Yeah.
here. And even then, even if it's in front of them, sometimes they don't even get that.
Yeah,
Or
I've
let's
seen
say-
them run a red light right in front of them, and they don't
Not
bother.
enough. Who is full, Monty?
Ha
You know
ha.
who he is.
Yes, Jim, we know who he is, yes.
Yeah.
It's the joke.
When I was in, and again, this was
Man camp.
90s, early 90s or late 80s. When I was in New York City, there was a car fire, and there was a car parked next to the fire hydrant. They smashed the windows,
Oh yeah.
not just the two windows from the curb to the street. They smashed every window in that car, and
Good.
they made sure that they put a where you connect it together
Yeah.
inside the car,
Yeah,
so
good.
it filled up with water,
Good.
Oh no.
and that's how they got to the fire hydrant. And that guy, I just sit there and was laughing the whole time because I knew when that guy comes out, he's going to be pissed. But I hope he got a
Well-
ticket on top of it.
I think one of the funniest and most revengeful things that I've seen is a man two-timing his wife, and she got suspicious and followed him one day. Well, she called a cement truck and filled up his car full of concrete. And when he come out to the car, the concrete was already dried. Oh, and it was a convertible on top of that.
Yeah, just easier filling.
Yeah, exactly.
So apparently we're having the Spanish Avengers here. I don't know if I'm going to copyright for the music here,
Go
but
for
this is fucking hilarious. He did the whole Captain America shit with the water cannon. I don't know. I thought that was hilarious.
That's not been a good water cannon.
I don't know.
Because a good one would knock him on his tail.
It was in Colombia. They don't have the best equipment, okay? It's not
Well,
United States. United
Using the
States,
garden hose.
we have unlimited water.
Okay, with all those guys on the street, I wouldn't want to be driving that truck.
Well, that's the cops. They're supposed to curtail the peasants.
Yeah.
I'm being funny with that comment, Jeff. Don't take it literally, okay?
Oh, I know you are. I know you are. Dixie's been trying to kill me since last Saturday.
What happened, dare I ask?
Last Saturday
Oh, here we go.
in a little town, they got arcs around the square. They shut all 4 roads leading to the circle. Okay. Would you hush up? I'm telling this story. And they've got vendors, they've got eats, they've got singers who's supposed to have. Well, I think it's the first time I've been to a place I didn't spend no money, but we walked around all 4 streets. My legs hurt for 3 days. Then come Tuesday, we've been cleaning up the yard, chainsawing this, taking this off. I'm gonna tell you what, she about to kill me. I told you I'm telling this story. Okay, time for me to be quiet. The wife's getting on a rampage there.
Get him, Dixie.
Oh, she's 2 rooms away.
Oh. Something tells me though, if you piss her off, she'll be in that room with you real quick.
And she'll have a frying pan too.
No, not tonight. We both tired. She'll just use her hands. Jennifer, I wish I had some pink duct tape.
Here's a good one for you, Jeff.
All right. I hope it ain't a cartoon. Like, oh, I've seen that one.
What is that, Mama? Popo's last blowjob.
You're fired.
Jeff's gonna put that shit in his will.
I'm gonna wait till everybody's sitting down eating, then I'm gonna say it. And I'm gonna duck.
Dare I ask what?
What that woman just said.
Oh. So, do you guys remember when that warehouse blew up and a canister went flying through the air and killed a guy in my area?
Yeah.
Cannon. I thought it was a propane tank.
No, it was nitrous oxide. Laughing gas.
No, I don't remember that.
So anyway, the guy that owned the place is now going. I think they sentenced him, or he's going through court or something, waiting to find out his fate of whether or not he's going to be charged with manslaughter.
Now, question. It's been a while back ago, and I don't remember everything. But how did the fire start? Or
we have no idea. But apparently, the place caught on fire. The canisters caught on fire. The canisters turned into basically rockets and went flying over a quarter of a mile and killed a guy walking down the street.
Then how can that be his fault?
Because he wasn't supposed to be selling the nitrous oxide first off in the party store. He was doing it illegally because nitrous oxide is technically a controlled substance.
Yeah, Dennis does it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it's something he wasn't supposed to have, and he was selling it. So then, yeah.
It's called laughing gas.
Yes, we know.
Now I can understand why.
Yeah, it's because it was a controlled thing.
Well, just like if a fire broke out at a place where people are welding with, gas equipment, that's dangerous.
Right, but that's inherently known. Like that's not a controlled substance.
Yeah. What a joke.
Excuse me.
Like if a welding place caught on fire, it's like, oh well, the welding place caught on fire. No, well, if a party store catches fire and then explodes due to something illegal, then we have questions. It's not so eyebrow raising when you had like something that could explode anytime, such as a welding place with gas or something.
Always got to have somebody to blame.
Yeah, you don't. Well,
What
but
I'm saying is, if something blows up in a welding place that sells welding gas or oxyacetylene, if a plant blows up, we know that the nature of that plant was inherently handling flammable shit. If you're
right.
dealing with a party store that just randomly explodes, party stores don't randomly explode. At least not to my knowledge.
There's
Only in
supposed to be
Detroit.
helium.
Only in Detroit do they randomly explode.
Yeah, they're supposed to use helium for those balloons.
That's I don't know if that's what he was doing or not. I think it was you know those canisters of oxygen that runners use after they run or football players use or whatever.
Right.
I think he was selling them in those canisters to have people get high. So, yeah.
No, for cars, because you need a permit. Well,
For cars.
depend on the state. I remember in Arizona we had to have a permit to
You lost
buy.
me. What do you mean for cars?
NOS, nitro.
Oh. Okay. I didn't know
I don't
that.
think you understand.
I know what NOS is. NO2.
I got a question. Has anybody ever had laughing gas at the dentist office?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Because the dentist I had before he retired, when he had to do root canals on several teeth, he always gave me that stuff.
Screw that shit. Pull the damn thing.
Pete Charming says it's a party favor.
It's better not to get a tooth pulled, Jeff, because then you're going to lose bone density. And then you can have more teeth fall out.
Dude, I'm at the age, I don't give a shit. Pull the damn thing. I'm not going through all that trouble.
Jeff, take good care of your teeth. They belong to you.
Next subject.
I don't know why the statement of "they belong to you"
I really
was
hope
so
so.
funny. Who else would they belong to?
There was a song on the ABC after school special when I was a kid, and I'll never forget that. It was in there. Take good care of your teeth. They belong to you.
I would hope
Yeah.
they belong to you, unless you all share dentures. Unless Jeff's sharing dentures with Dixie, I don't see how that you can have someone else's teeth.
I
Oh my
inherited
God,
mine from
can
my
you-
great grandfather.
Let them give me medical advice, but dental health is very important.
What did you say, Bushcraft?
I inherited mine from my great grandpa.
Your
Are
teeth.
you serious or are you joking?
No,
Damn much crap.
Same here, Grace. I ate it. Too much Mary Jane candy. Once I went hiking with friends of mine. We were at Mount Washington, and I ate a sugar daddy, and it pulled the filling out of a tooth that just had a root canal.
You notice
And I
he
was
said
in-
sugar daddy like as if he was eating one? Like his teeth are stuck together?
you're not supposed to admit that, there, Jim.
I like sugar mamas.
Sugar daddies are supposed
I
to be
won't eat that
private.
ever again.
Oh dear. Let's not have that go south.
Everything goes south, it seems like here.
Any more south and we'll be in Mexico. Fuck.
Yeah, we're damn near there now.
You know, Jeff, if I didn't live in the South, I would not have known what the fuck you just said. But thanks to the fact that I did understand what the fuck you just said.
Damn.
One, I got so many crowns on my mouth. I had to be king.
We done bypassed all this.
We bypass something.
No, Grace. Carmel does. Damn, don't nobody drop a pin.
Okay, so there's the southern word of what you just said, pin, and then there's what the northerner in me hears, pen. P-E-N or P-I-N.
It's pin.
I know what he said is pin, but
No,
my...
it's pin.
It's what?
It depends on how you're using the word.
You don't drop a pen, you drop a pin.
That's what I'm saying, is like my northern ears hear one word and my southern ears hear the translation of Jeff. I've got two different dialects for Jeff going in my head right now.
Oh, you ought to hear me on a full day then.
Full day?
Yeah, you know, spend one full day with me. Your brain will be going.
Great.
That's what his voice to text goes. I'm surprised he doesn't have a thing that pops up. What the hell did you say?
Right? I'm surprised Siri hasn't lost her patience with him.
Don't mess up and call Siri Alexis. She will cut you out. I hear keys being tapped, so that sounds like 101 is looking it up.
No. I'm looking up some funny shit here.
Yeah. Damn, Grace, ain't that a little bit on the cheap side? There's more than one page in this book.
Jeff, have you ever heard the term cheapskate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever heard the term "your cornbread ain't completely done in the middle"?
I ain't heard that in a long time.
Not a long time.
That's a Southern thing too.
Yeah. Just as soon as you start laughing, I knew you knew what that was.
Well, a good baker knows when a cornbread is done. Yeah, upper teeth infections can really cause nasty issues.
All right. Time for Jeff to do some translating.
If I can, if it ain't too far.
Oh, I like her.
If you're in Appalachia and you're at a gas station, you want to pick someone up, these are some pickup lines I think you should use.
Okay.
Hey, baby, you like climbing trees? I know a tall one right here. If you want to, you can come back to my place up at my holler, and we'll show them why they really call it a holler. Lucky for you, I got a truck, and it's already got a bed in it. Dang, you sure are pretty. I hope we aren't related.
That was the best one.
That last one. Oh my God, Jeff.
Now I understand every word she says, though.
Yeah.
If there were werewolves where I live, this is what I think it would be like. You need to run, run. I ain't proud of what I'm getting ready to fix him to do. Go on, get. Before I start
Go on, get. Fuck.
hollering. Oh my God, a werewolf done bit me. It's all over. If there were
Out in the wild, anything can happen.
Hi, y'all. It's time for Appalachian Word of the Day. The word of the day is tiller. Man, I love that car so much, I drove it till her wheels fell off.
Whoa. Run
What's
that back.
That didn't make sense.
No.
Didn't she
Hi,
say the
y'all.
word is tiller?
It's time for Appalachian
Yeah.
Word of the Day. The word of the day is tiller.
Yeah.
Man, I love that car so much, I drove it till her wheels fell off.
Till her wheels fell off. Tiller. Come on, people. I'm a northerner and I get it.
Yeah, till her wheels fell off.
Appalachian pickup lines are literally just a man at the gas station telling you got a fat tater.
The fuck? The fuck?
And I had tater tots last night.
Your what, Pop, Jim?
I had tater tots last night, but she's using tater in a different context.
Put him in the back, Ruth.
Right.
Hi, y'all. Today I'm going over to check on the garden, so I'm going to give you a little update.
I don't care.
These are some things that I think is common in Appalachia that would send other people into a coma.
Oh, this sounds good.
Let's hear.
The household container of bacon grease.
Jeff, do you have one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People having graveyards in their backyard.
Jeff, do you have one?
2 of them.
Fuck.
When somebody calls a wasp a wasper.
What?
Having no phone signal most of the time.
Yeah, that's Jeff, definitely.
Yeah.
Soup beans with cornbread.
Oh, I never heard that before.
Soup beans.
Yeah.
Pinto.
Yeah.
Oh, pinto beans. Soup beans. Yeah.
When the power goes out and it's not on for like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, it's pretty normal here, too.
Meeting someone to get illegal moonshine.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Hey, Mom, don't throw away that trash bag yet, because I got a bag here from Walmart that I need to throw away. Throw what?
God, that is so fucking me.
Listen.
Saving the fucking bags from the store.
You know, she doesn't really talk that way. She did a live once and she just talked normal.
Yeah.
And just little hints would pop up.
Yeah.
What state is she in?
I don't know. I just remember watching her live and I'm like, wow, she really pouring it on in them videos.
State of confusion.
Hi, y'all. It's time for Appalachian Word of the Day. The word of the day is solo. Man, this lady had her shirt so low, I could see her whole chest.
That'll work.
Yeah. That'll work.
Here comes Dixie.
Oh, Lord.
What do you mean?
Now, if
Here
you have a
comes
heart-
here.
One time I went to California.
Bullshit. You did not. Because no self-respecting Appalachianer will go to California. Fuck no. You're just incompatible. Fuck that.
Where she was going to stay?
Yeah, hold on.
And my Uber driver asked me if my accent was Australian.
Bullshit.
Damn. That was a
And I'm like,
dumbass.
no, it's probably the farthest thing from Australian, but I was very flattered.
Don't go there. Leave it
Yeah.
alone.
Okay.
I hope y'all don't think that I'm weird, but for
We do.
some reason, I really think I could play the spoons. And
Fuck.
I got 2 spoons, and I wanted to see if it works out. A lot of people play the spoons in Appalachia, and it's using some bluegrass music.
Where
No,
the
they
fuck
didn't.
are you at? Like, what do you live in?
You
Got to
don't
be
know
more
what spoons
confused.
are?
No, I'm not concerned about the spoons. Fuck the spoons. I'm concerned about the fucking house she lives in. Like, that is a fucking nice ass big living room if I ever seen one.
No. That is a big ass double wide trailer.
Bullshit.
I know
Hey,
Jeff
she's
wants what the speed on.
inflation.
Hi, y'all. It's time for Appalachian Word of the Day. The word of the day is asthma. I don't know if I can come over later. I'm going to have to ask my mom.
Oh, fuck.
That's a good one.
Okay, I'm done.
I wonder if she's married. Just not that I'm looking, but because I'm married. But,
Jim.
She's too young for you, Jim.
oh, I know. I just wonder if she's married or not. Out of curiosity. I bet she's single still.
Full Monty says, "Are we still on subject?" No,
I don't know what the subject is anymore. Well,
we never fucking do, Jim. So there you go. That's.
she is pretty entertaining, though. I bet she's quite a girl to talk to.
Well, whenever I had True Grit on, I did that interview. You'd be surprised how many people were saying, when is the closed caption going to be available? So I know what they're saying.
Bruh, it can't be that hard. It's not that hard to understand.
I don't have any trouble. It's just there's some people that just don't. They can't figure it out. Or if I played their video.
What about the guy? What's his name? Jeffro.
Yeah. I understand him fine, though. I don't. Well, you should, because he's in your neck of the woods. But I'm supposed to be the northern up here, and I understand it.
Full Monty has jokes tonight. Haha.
Oh, he was joking.
Yeah, I'm trying to read chat more, Full Monty. You're welcome. I don't want to know where your mind is going, Jeff.
No, I just thought it was funny when you said Monty has jokes tonight. I didn't think that was a joke.
Oh, Lord.
Heck, I talk to a lot of customers. There's a woman that come on there on to buy a tree. You know, my wife's here on the weekend. She talks to some of the men that are by themselves. And I try to be friendly, make conversation with people.
Huh?
I just like talking to people, Bushcraft.
Oh. I got lost somewhere.
My brain. I'm right there with you, Bushcraft. Did we take a wrong turn?
Make it 3.
Okay. Anyway, moving on to funny shit.
You're in my son. I'm trying to get an all-over tan.
You're asking a lot of the sun.
I miss Married with Children. It was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, there's some shows I can't stand, the comedy shows, because they're so dumb, but I laugh like crazy when I'm watching Married with Children.
Like Married with Children was that modern day version of Family Guy, but real people.
Yeah, kind of.
Do you have any pumps in my size?
Yes, I do, but the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Shoes would not allow me to sell.
The cruelty to shoes.
Well, I hope you get coal in your stocking on Christmas morning.
And I hope you get slim fast in yours.
Excuse me, but am I invisible?
Possibly from Pluto.
Something must have expanded my foot.
And I see you must have fallen on your butt a time or two.
How dare you say that to my face.
Well, I'd say it behind your back, but my car's only got half a tank of gas.
Of our way, 2, 4, 6, 8, go, they fun. Of our way.
1, 2, 3, 4. You're gonna fall through the floor.
That last one, fantastic.
He had some good comeback.
Dude.
Well, Al Bundy was always nicer to the pretty looking women.
Oh, and you know we all could relate,
The nudie bar.
right?
Yeah.
Biggins,
Who
his magazine.
was that lived next door to him? Jefferson?
Yeah.
When he took him to the nudie bar. And his wife found out about it.
I barely remember that episode, but sure.
Yeah, I haven't
Dude,
watched that in years.
Another show that needs a... Okay, so 3 shows that need a reboot. And a proper one, not one that ruins the show. Seinfeld, King of Queens, and Married with Children.
Yeah, I
I
agree
never
with Married
was
with
big
Children.
on Seinfeld. I'm sorry.
I wasn't either.
Okay.
Oh, I love Seinfeld.
What would be a substitute for Seinfeld?
King of the Hill.
Yeah.
You figure Seinfeld replaced Cheers' time slot.
I'm talking like sitcom and like
I thought it was
live people, not cartoons.
Well, there's live actors that do the voices.
Oh, yes, we are aware of this.
Golden Girls.
No. Maybe Green Acres.
I couldn't stand the Golden Girls because of B. Arthur.
Green Acres was pretty funny.
Yeah.
It was.
Or what about Gilligan's Island, a modern day version? What do you think of that?
No.
No.
There will never be a remake as good as the original.
You think MASH deserves a reboot?
No.
The older MASH. Not
Al
the
Bundy's
new one.
got to be in his
Older
late 70s.
MASH.
I kind of
Yeah.
like
They have 2 different MASHes?
Yeah, the older, and then the one where it, they had all the replacements and stuff. In there.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know which one I grew up on.
Probably the original.
Okay.
I would have. It was on TV Land a lot.
That was the original. with
Okay,
Alan Oler.
I grew up on the
Well, the whole thing's original, but if you go back to the first seasons, it was, the guy was dressing up like a woman and trying to get out, and
yeah.
And Henry Blake and Radar.
Yeah.
And Pierce and Honeycutt.
That's what I remember. Yes.
Okay.
Another one.
Hot
Another one that could probably use a reboot. Hogan's Heroes.
Yeah. I'll go that.
I want to see some westerns come back.
I'd love to see that.
I was never a Western fan. Like, just for the fact that my dad was a Western fan and that's all I grew up on, other than the last few I mentioned. Like, if it wasn't those previous shows that I mentioned, it was a Western.
Yeah.
Rifleman, what else? Rawhide, yeah. God, my God.
Well, technically, Kung Fu with David Carradine was a Western.
Yeah. They screwed over Bruce.
Yeah, they did.
Anytime Dances with Wolves was on, oh my God.
That was a good movie.
Yeah.
It was a long ass movie. That's the thing, is it took forever to watch.
Yeah.
Or the Sackett.
Well, look at the 80s. Look at the music.
Yeah.
The length of the songs were like 7-8 minutes long compared to a minute and a half nowadays.
Let's see, Rifleman,
Have
Gunsmoke.
gun,
Gunsmoke, Bonanza.
have gun will travel.
My dad didn't really watch too much of that. A little bit, but not too much.
That's pretty good. Or what was damn? He was a gunslinger turned into a sports reporter in New York. Damn, what was his name? He had a cane and a top hat.
You lost me.
Are you talking about a show or are you just talking about a guy?
Yeah, it was a Western.
Well, I always considered the cop shows.
What was it? What was it, Jim?
Thank you, Nightwing.
Batman.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Never heard of it.
Are
And
you
Wild Wild
serious?
West was good. The original.
That would be a good remake, The Wild Wild West.
They did.
Yeah, but the movie was nothing like the original.
Oh, I know.
That's
The
what we're
movie
talking
sucked.
about. I'm trying to think of who it was that played in the remake.
Well, then you got to remember when
Yeah.
we were kids, most of the reruns were westerns because that's all that was out there.
Well, that's what I say we, more my dad and you guys, grew up on as kids. Like, Westerns were your thing in your day.
Yeah.
Well, now, when we were kids, we had no choice to watch.
Well, yeah, you had like 6 channels back then.
No. That's what our parents watched, and we best not touch it TV channel.
Yeah.
Right. So technically you went from 6 channels to 1.
And guess who the remote was?
You.
Exactly.
Okay. Now I'm just gonna do the top 10.
Top 10 of what?
Top 10 westerns.
Okay.
Number 10 is The Searchers, which was a very good movie, if you ask me.
John Wayne.
Are these just strictly movies, or are these shows too?
Movies.
Okay.
The number 9 is My Darling Clementine.
Never seen it.
Oh, yeah. I can picture his face.
Henry Fonda.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 8, Unforgiven.
Never
Clint
watched
Eastwood.
Yeah. On the white horse? No, that's
No, that was Pell Rider.
Yeah.
This was Clint Eastwood, Gene Hackman, Morgan Freeman. He was retired, and then he pulled him out to get payback for scarring some prostitute.
Yeah.
Number 7, True Grit. Unfortunately, they put 2010.
No, that was before that.
No, this was the remake. It wasn't that bad, but it wasn't that good. I like the original with John Wayne better.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What was that? What was that last one? I was away from the mic.
True Grit.
True Grit.
Oh.
Yeah, the original was the best with John Wayne and Kim Dorby.
Yeah. Number 6 is Hell or High Water, and that's a 2016 one. Jeff Bridges.
I ain't seen that one.
That was, I think, the one where the guy used the cattle prod to open the doors and stuff. Or not a cattle prod, but to take the, euthanize a cow.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Number 5, which I agree is a good one, Rio Bravo. Again,
Yeah.
John Wayne. Number 4, another John Wayne, is Stagecoach.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
1939.
You, John Wayne, tells me.
And
John Wayne movies.
Number 3, High Noon, Gary Cooper,
Yep.
Grace Kelly. And number 2, The Treasure of the Sierra Madre.
What the fuck? What?
I've not heard that.
I'm sorry, but is this all just John Wayne shit? And like,
No, that wasn't John Wayne.
no, I know that wasn't John Wayne. What I'm saying is like, I rarely saw or heard any of Clint Eastwood. Like Clint Eastwood was like my shit.
Okay. Now, number 1, The Good, the Bad, and Ugly.
Okay.
Clint Eastwood.
Okay, there we go.
After
I was waiting for it. I'm like, there's no fucking way it's not on this fucking list. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot. You know, the Sons of Katie Elder, I didn't see that in the top 10.
I
which
liked
think
The Good
should
and the
be.
Bad and the Ugly. That was
The Clintock was pretty good.
Yeah, that one
Now,
too.
oh my god, my dad wouldn't stop fucking watching that one. Oh my god.
I did not realize the Monsters woman played in that.
Yeah. Number 14, this is for 101. A Fistful of Dollars, Clint Eastwood.
Okay.
Now, Pop was pretty big on Eastwood. I like John Wayne.
Yeah. El Dorado, John Wayne.
Yeah.
Fort Apache, John Wayne.
Yeah.
Oh, but I like this one. Once Upon a Time in the West.
I know I've seen it.
Henry Fonda.
Yeah.
Charles Bronson.
I've heard of it. I just never seen it.
And this one, I can't believe this is 20. Shane.
Really?
Yeah, I figured it'd be up closer.
Have you saw the two Trinity and Trinity is Still My Name?
Yeah.
They were good.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if they're in here.
That was the last Western I saw, Chris.
High Plains Drifter. Wow. 34.
Damn, he's all the way up there.
Yeah, I figured it a lot lower than that.
Yeah.
Oh, she wore yellow ribbon. John Wayne again.
Wayne.
Yeah.
That was a good movie too.
And I don't think that should even be in here. The Django Unchained.
Oh, yeah.
I liked that movie. That was a good one. It was very, if you get past the racism in it, I mean,
no, it was not meant for the time. They had so much stuff in there that wasn't even in that time period.
True.
Still a good movie.
I've got just about every John Wayne and Clint Eastwood movie we come out with.
310 to Yuma was pretty good.
Can I segue to something here real quick, and then if you want to continue with this southern western movies, we can.
Southern accent.
Either way.
Oh, a green backpack.
Yeah, it's the Cert
Ask
backpack.
Ketchum.
Is that what they give?
Yeah, he did have a green backpack. I didn't realize what you were, and then it hit me.
You're the only one that knows that too.
That's pretty bad. Well, no, you know it.
Well, that's what I mean. You was the only other one.
I was the only one that caught on. Yeah. Just real quick, this is what they give you in the Cert backpack if you're lucky.
Let me group out a pacer. This is what goes in our bags, man. Just in case anybody's wondering why I look stooped over while I'm doing all this. But yeah, we can break it down and go through it. All right, breaking down what's in our backpacks here. Like this is our big deployment one. It's got all the extra pouches and bags and stuff on it. This is the one I carry. It's always got my ID sitting on top. Those in here. Always tag it just in case because I'm going to be wearing this around my neck. Just put this in here. Okay, so this is all my Cert stuff goes in there. This is a rain cover for my bag, but I want my first aid guide, empty paper in case I need it, field operations guide, another field operating guide just in case, our tags, everybody's stuff, our tapes in case we need to.
So these tapes are probably the most used thing. This is for triage, okay? Green means you're good. You don't have any injuries or minor. Yellow means delayed, meaning you are injured and you don't need immediate attention, but you eventually should get it. Red means you need to go now, and black means you're dead. So, learn something new.
Tapes in case we need anybody, my goggles, and all my writing is right. Always get you some extra carabiners, and then always
I have too many carabiners. I'll tell you what.
carry an extra bowl in case I come across any dogs or anything that's going to do it. Clipboard as well, but I'm just going to bang it. This is all the stuff that I'm carrying here. Our search and rescue. This is our.
I'm surprised that bag can carry all that. Honestly.
I'm surprised he can
This is
carry
just the stuff that goes in here that's just for our search stuff. Okay.
Yeah, he seems
Not
like he's out
mandatory,
of
but
breath
this
just explaining what he has in his bag.
A little bit.
This is my hip drop bag that I got. I do have extra knife with a flint fire starter stuck to it. This is a great idea, especially if you're running your backpack or you're doing deployment stuff. I try to keep all my medical stuff right there on my hip where I can reach in and grab it. It's got a lot of capacity here. Drawstring bag, bunch of pouches on it. But at least 2 different first aid kits in here. Mostly one that's got a lot of bandages. I carry some extra.
A lot of this shit does not come in the kit, by the way. This is just what the guys carry.
You know what was weird though? And I wasn't part of no group or anything, but when we had to go searching in the houses and stuff, or depending if it was a building or something, the only time you had a backpack was on your chest. They didn't have backpacks on your back. It was a frontal thing.
Why would it be a frontal thing?
Because you're crawling through very small spots to try to get to somebody.
Oh.
And if you get hung up, it's easier to get unhung if it's on your front side, and because it's harder to reach behind your back to get you unhooked.
That makes sense.
And I never knew that until then.
Yeah, it totally makes sense, accessibility wise too.
Yeah.
The vet wrap if I need it, hand sanitizer, splint, all kind of tourniquets, stop bleed, CPR mask. Okay. This is what goes in my bag there in case I need it. These all come with a little set of your scissors. First thing is replace those, get you some. Okay. Emergency blanket always helps. Not all this is going to fit. Most of this, my first aid kit and everything that I'm grabbing first, that's what I'm putting in here. Okay. You think I'm going to need more than anything else. Your flashlights and stuff can go in the back of your bag, which is fine. But just my medical, I try to.
What? Bushcraft?
I said, oh no.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep it at hand as best I can. And this has proven to be like lifesaver. Let's talk light stuff. Now, always carry some lights in case you got to throw some out. Let somebody know that you're in a building, or mark something when it gets dark. It gets dark around here really quick. Always get you a good flashlight. This is one of these rechargeable ones. Check this out. It's actually got a USB on it so you can charge your phone.
Junky ass Amazon special.
From here in case you need it. Nice, super rechargeable stuff where you can put batteries in it.
I hate rechargeable flashlights. I'm sorry. No.
Gotta love a rechargeable sticker light, headlamp, just regular lights. I got one that's got like extra gear on it, which is just always helpful. No, these are my binoculars.
Did he just show a light that's got fucking multi-tool in it? Yep, that's a fucking multi-tool. No, I'm sorry. No, I can just see the whole fucking thing break. No.
Yeah, especially if you dropped it.
Right.
No, these are my binocular, and then That's just my personal stuff. I always want to have more stuff that needs to cut in case you need to cut, like a machete, any of that kind of stuff.
I thought that,
Gear. Here
that
we
one triangle thing or whatever it was, I thought was a fidget spinner.
All right, so you always want to have your vest. Right? This is your Cert vest. It's just folded up right now. These are my search gloves, and these are my traffic gloves in case I need to do what traffic. They're on that reflecting stuff, whatever. And then neck gaiters, keep the bugs and the sun off of you. That really helps. I always carry an extra shirt.
I should probably get some of those the neck cover things.
Why don't you like rechargeable lights?
Why don't I like rechargeable lights? Because if the batteries go bad, you got to throw the whole light away.
Not if you get a stream light.
Or Olight.
Well, I have an Olight and I have stream lights. They take. I'm not against rechargeable batteries. I'm against the internal batteries that do not come out. That.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, I agree with you.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, the one
like it's once the battery goes bad or doesn't hold a charge long enough, you got to throw the thing out.
Yep.
So that's the kind of shit I hate. Rechargeable batteries, fine. You know, other like my Streamlight Survivor, the one that's for the firefighters and that has a pack that you can put in place of the analog batteries and make it a rechargeable one. But you don't have to. That kind of thing is very useful.
For just about anything. And then a light hat when it's hot and you're doing a lot of moving. Like your hard hat, that's good, especially if you're in something. But if you're out in the sun, we do a lot of traffic. We do like when we're directing stuff for the vaccine, moving stuff during the freeze, keep the sun off of it. My sunscreen isn't in here with my other survival stuff, but that's it. Now we're getting into the what if the worst case scenario happens, right? So always carry an extra blade and some duct tape. This always on the outside. That's where I have the extra carabiners in here, extra batteries, plug in case you need for some stuff. These are great if you want to put some extra meds in them, hang them on your keys. Instant underpants, because who doesn't?
Instant underpants.
What?
That sounds like a Jeff. That's a Jeff problem.
No.
So can I? Let's dissect this one here a minute. It says just add water. Excuse me, what? So
Now,
you're going to be wearing some wet underwear?
I've seen the wet wipes. You know, it's the size of like a filter on a cigarette, and you wet it, and it's a tissue that you can use to wipe yourself off and stuff, but not underwear.
You don't just add water to underwear. I'm sorry. No. That's not no.
I never heard of instant underpants either.
And you could probably bundle up a pair of underwear in your bag, probably just as small as this thing. Like, it's not that hard to carry an extra pair.
Does this guy have a bathroom issue that he needs this?
Right. Like, if you're that bad, dude, if you got that bad of an issue, you shouldn't be out there in that shit. Like, no.
Shit, move the house.
Judy B says, "Can I carry on a cert run?" That's the thing, is like, I gotta figure out if I can or not. They haven't said no, so they know that I have. They know that I have a CPL. So I mean, I don't know. I'll find out Tuesday though.
Yeah, we were told that we can't while we're working it, but we can have stuff in our vehicle, so if something would happen.
Problem is, I don't like being away from my truck when my gun's in the truck, so it's like I like to have it on my person.
Yeah, I'm outside all day, so I can see what's going on.
Like, I like to know where it's at, you know what I mean? For not only for my sake, but for the fact that like somebody's stealing my shit.
Yeah.
Ankle holster.
Right.
I need those. I got a couple of fire starters, some matches out of old MRE cans.
So let's see. He's gonna wet his underwear and then he's gonna make a fire to dry them out. Okay.
In case you needed some fire starter, which just makes you a giant walking bum. But if you get stuck in the middle of nowhere or the flood water rises and something,
I bought some sternos and I have no idea where the fuck I put them. That's not a good idea. Like, I hope they got there in the garage.
And you're away from everybody. You're gonna want some of this extra toilet paper. Your life,
dude. Like, what kind of shit are you running into?
What's he gonna need?
Right.
What's he gonna do? Shit his pants and pee his pants?
Right. Dude, like, are you shitting? Like, are you walking into a situation, shitting your pants, and then like, okay, I gotta go change. You'll be right back, and then you like, okay, let's deal with this. Is that what is happening?
I'm waiting for the Pepto-Bismol.
We'll wait. We'll get there in a minute.
life straw in case you run out of water or you don't carry enough with you. The pop-up bowls and cups work great. One of these windable or solar powered. They do both. Radios and flashlights, just a given. Again, always carry this. Old rancher once told me, yeah, keep that on you in case you need to get through a gate or a lock or something that works. Keep your fluid off you. And then here, chapstick. SPF.
Oh my God.
Keep that off you. We got this.
I'm sorry, but you're getting a little ridiculous now.
What is this?
For all the bug spray and stuff as well. Always helpful. Again, this is all worst case scenario and extreme weather stuff. Like
we know where he will be. He's going to be at the end of the list of the end of the line of people to come help you because his bag's too heavy to carry.
He's a last resort.
Keep the cooling bandanas. You just dip them.
He's going to be the guy that's going to have all this shit, and then he'll show up after the fact. He'll be like, I'm here. What'd I miss?
Water wrap your own, and just regular bandanas. You might need extra cloth. Might need to keep the sun off of you. All kind of uses.
See, here's the thing. When you don't have to carry all these things if you're a first responder. I'm sorry. Not even I would. Because if a situation requires that you need this type of shit, you shouldn't be out there first respondering.
Is this dental floss?
I don't know.
Did he bring his toothbrush?
Wet rags, hot hands, cooling bandanas. You just dip them in the water, wrap your own, and just regular bandanas.
More cooling stuff.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Cloth might need to keep the sun off of you. All kind of uses. The wet rags, hot hands.
Wet rags? Like, dude, what are you doing? Taking a shower and changing? Like, I get, okay, some of this stuff is stuff that you keep in your car. Like, I would probably bring a change of pants, outside pants, not like underwear. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to probably be crawling through mud, dirt, and shit to get to somebody to save their ass. You know, a change of shirt, a change of socks, you know, that kind of shit. You know, like, and then you keep that in your truck. And then when you got to change, you go in your truck, change, and come back out.
So I can just see him rolling up on somebody and I'm here to help you. Did you shit yourself?
Right.
It gets cold down here. It gets very
now hot hands. I'm okay with that. I got some of that in my kit. That's fine.
Cold, at least for Gulf Coast survival kits, extra bandanas, bungees.
Did y'all really pull out the Altoid survival tin? Bruh, dude, I'm sorry. No.
Being handing just about anything. Or your spare tarp.
The tarp.
And not only a tarp, but a tarp from Walmart that's probably like $2. It's the Hyper Tough. You see that? It's like the Hyper Tough. That's Walmart.
I'm surprised he doesn't have a disposable razor in case a victim needs shaving.
Jim, that's funny.
Oh, I do carry these.
You went to Walmart for that one.
Walmart again.
For super cheap.
Walmart. More Walmart.
Those in the ponchos at like a Walmart or something for.
Oh, see, he even said it.
For a couple bucks. But it's emergency.
What did he say?
Emergency. That's what he said.
If something bad happens and you need to do it and you're stuck out there, same as.
Dude, what are you going on? An expedition?
No, I have zip ties in my bug out bag.
Zip ties, I get. You gotta fix shit. I get it.
But my bug out bag.
Right. Like, he's treating this Cert thing like a bug out situation. You're either doing one. Okay, if you have enough logistics available to coordinate Cert, society's not falling apart. It's just a matter of we're dealing with a disaster, like a hurricane, you know, and such. If it's further than that, then you should have your bug out bag and take care of yourself. Don't worry about CERT. Don't worry about first responding. There's a difference. Okay, there's a difference between first responder and then there's a difference between survivalist. I feel like this dude has merged the two.
Yeah.
These zip ties, always carry some extra or whatever. Same as the Ziploc bags, anything with zip, apparently. If you need to store something, you need to keep
Gee, what gave you that idea?
They zip.
from the dry, like it starts raining on you, you got your phone on you.
Where are you keeping your phone that it's getting wet?
Put it in one of these, seal it up, done. You're good to go. This is leftover stuff from MRE packs. It's just, you know.
Okay, I get the MRE thing in a way. Like, there's times where I'll just knock back a packet of sugar if I need something and I can't stop and eat. Sure, maybe.
You know, like your napkins and stuff, or coffee in case you need it.
Okay, coffee. I get behind the
In here, wet wipes, a little bit of
wet wipes. Sure,
And more wet wipes.
whatever you need.
but what are you cleaning up, dude? That I'm sorry.
Well,
Like, okay,
something
if
needs
I'm dealing with a medical situation, not once did I see medical gloves in this. By the way, not even in his medical kit.
He ate some bad tacos.
Yeah, you're hitting. If you're helping out there helping people, you're gonna be helping injured people. You're gonna be going through rubber gloves like nobody's business. You're gonna be throwing them away and, you know, changing your pair of your glove.
he had
What?
he did have gloves, but they were the reflector gloves.
Well, you get what I'm saying. Like, if you're setting up triage, yeah, you're gonna need medical gloves. You're gonna need to change them frequently. You're gonna need boxes and boxes of gloves. You know, it depends on the situation.
And then
He had to have work gloves. What if
This bitch brought Nutella? Oh my god! I'm done.
Underwear.
I am so done. Okay, we're done here, people. This guy is what, Jeff?
I said, there's that joke where they parents holler for a roll of toilet paper and put peanut butter on their hands.
What?
You never? Oh, you said Bushcraft, pull up a video with that and send it to them.
When the kid comes in there with the roll of toilet paper, they dab the chocolate peanut butter or whatever it is on the kid, and they think that it's poop, and the kid freaks out. Ugh!
Oh. Regina says, 101, you need clean underwear. What if you had an accident? Well, that's the thing. It's like, okay, here, I just explained earlier. Keep a change of clothes in your truck or at your main base camp. If you're dealing with a search and rescue or CERT or a disaster situation, actually carry a fresh pair of clothes with you if you have to. You know, not this disposable underwear thing where you just add water. Like, that's that's not a thing.
So what happens
Don't
if
do
you
that.
run out of regular clothes?
Well, then you're SOL.
What happens if he wets those and finds out it's a thong?
God.
Well, he finds out
I mean, I would bring a couple packages of baby wipes or something before that, and then a change of underwear and pants and another shirt. You know, another pair of gloves. Now, don't twist this into something stupid, okay? With what I'm about to say. Elbow and knee pads, because if I'm crawling through rubble, I'm not going to be banging myself up.
I mean, he had to have heavy work gloves. What if he had it? Somebody was trapped and he had to lift like rocks.
Yeah, exactly.
Bricks
you know, it depends on the situation.
Yeah.
I just want the presidential knee pads.
Like I said, I was there during the earthquake, and I was at least 2 weeks afterwards. It might have been more. There's a section set up for to take showers. We took showers outside and everything, and they supplied clothing. So I was in in other clothing. I don't know where it came from. It was donated or whatever it was. Because you get a smell to you. I'll put it that way. Doing a lot of stuff. And that's like I said, I wouldn't want to do that again. At the time, I wasn't thinking about it, but afterwards, images would come back.
Well, like I said, if you're in a situation where you're in that, dealing with Cert and rescuing people and dealing with a disaster, society hasn't completely collapsed. Okay.
Oh yeah,
you know, this guy's making it sound like society's completely collapsing.
Yeah, you're going to have to camp out in the woods and then go help somebody.
Right. He's going to survive on Nutella and then help you.
Which, if he had to rescue somebody,
bad idea.
It would take so long for him to figure out where stuff was in that backpack. If he had to find a tourniquet, he'd probably bleed to death before he found it.
That's why I always put my tourniquet at the top of my medical kit right when I open the zipper. It's right there.
No, you should have it right at a quick release right on the strap of your backpack.
Well, that's where it goes otherwise.
Oh, okay.
But if it's in the medical, if I just have the medical kit, it goes in the very top.
Yeah, that's what I do. And like if something was to go down, I had to use my backpack. Some of my stuff on my backpack, in my backpack, would be on the outside, like a tourniquet and things for
tourniquet, shears, knife, gun, extra ammo.
extra clips or magazines.
So, I mean, you're look at Hurricane Helene. We didn't have a society collapse. Okay, we had outside help coming in. We had citizens responding as they should to these things. If I was there and I was with Cert, that's exactly what would happen. I would be the guy at the church handing out the shit. I would be the guy going out and looking for people. I would be the guy, helping the first responders as best I could. I would be the guy climbing the side of the hill looking for you to get you to safety. Society's not completely collapsed. We're not dealing with a nuclear disaster. We're not dealing with something that, Walking Dead style.
Yeah. Well, I never had any training. But after the first day, I got ID and everything. It didn't have a picture or anything. It was just a badge saying I was able to be there. If you didn't have
you were allowed to be there, come and go as you please.
Yeah. At the end of it, I knew how to do the blood pressure, their breathing and all that fun stuff.
Okay, so here's a question to test you. If it's less than 30 beats a minute, what is that called?
What is it called? They're on their way out.
They're going into shock. If it's higher than 30 beats a minute, they're either fine or having an episode. That's what they said on the Cert training, is when you take somebody's pulse to quickly assess them. If it's higher than like 2 beats a second, you just quickly feel, are you good? Are you dead? Are you alive? We're not looking to diagnose someone here, but
Oh no, this is
are you kicking and breathing?
we would go in and their do their vitals.
Right.
If you could hear and they're barely breathing and stuff like that. A lot of times they would have somebody else come in because
Right.
they didn't want. Unfortunately, it sounds bad, but they didn't want the the main doctors or paramedics to go in. They wanted somebody else to go in case something happened, because it's such. At the time, there was hardly there wasn't a lot enough of them to go around. So
Well,
that's when they had the other people go in
well, that's the
to
thing
these
is
houses and stuff.
somebody like me going with Cert would be going into the houses, bringing the people out, and then bringing those people back to the main base of operations, the medical triage area, and being like, okay, this person's not stable, or dead,
Yeah,
and then hand it off to the doctors where he's actually needed at the triage station, and then he does his own thing.
yeah. We went into a place and there was no sign of life in the individuals. That
Yeah,
it would get marked on the wall,
right.
and
That's what
they would just be left there.
right. They're gonna uh, train me as to how to do that. With the X, and do you have how many people? How many people going in? How many people coming out? How many dead? How many alive? Or whatever. However the hell they mark it, I don't know yet. But yeah.
Then you got to remember some people that work out. My wife and I have almost identical pulse rates. She says mine is 48 to about 52 per minute.
Well, Jim, we're not like when I do this cert thing, I'm not looking to be like, oh, uh, am I diagnosing somebody that has this type of background? No, it's are you alive, dead, or
Yeah.
just dead?
Because some people think if your pulse rate is below 60, you could have a heart problem.
Well,
It's just
it's not. It's a hard and fast rule with the whole measuring the pulse thing with Cert. Is like, okay, they have a high heart rate or a low heart rate, like, but you're not given any specifics. It's a matter of, okay, low heart rate, you're just about out of here.
Yeah.
High heart rate, you're either in shock or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Sporadic
Right.
beats and stuff like that.
Right. We're not looking
Usually
for
loss of blood pressure and stuff.
right. We're not looking for to be diagnosed. That's what the doctor back at the headquarters does. And then at
Way
that point
behind or
they get.
something.
I'm sorry.
Is chat way behind? They're talking. They're still going over
I think
unmarked.
they're way behind.
I don't know. I think they're just slow or tired or something.
Yeah, because I'm going back and forth to talk to people from StreamYard to chat, and I think there's a couple minute lag.
Wouldn't doubt it.
Well, having a pulse and a blood pressure is important.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You think?
Comes in handy every once in a while.
Yeah, having blood in your system and yeah, that kind of helps.
Because you figure some people are going to go into shock right away, and other people it could be a delayed reaction where they're like, mentally they're like just freaking out, and physically it hasn't hit them yet.
Well, that's where they train the psychological factors with Cert is to keep yourself going, and then to keep your buddies going, and then to keep civilians going mentally, to to calm them down and de-escalate their feelings, I guess you can say, to where you can actually do your job.
Because when my wife got rear-ended, this was like our son was less than a year old. She was like in a mental state of shock. Somehow the police officer let her call where I was at the time at my parents' house in the morning before going out in the field to work at the property. And I could tell like she was like in a mental state of shock because she was so concerned about, a newborn baby, was all right after being rear-ended in a car that was just about totaled.
When I was in my accident, the cop asked me, "Did you run the red light?" I had no memory of it. Not that I hit my head or nothing, just the shock of the accident. The last 10, 15 seconds just out of my head. And I still don't know what happened to this day.
I know of people that were passengers in cars and terrible car accidents that didn't even remember any of the accident. They woke up in the hospital. They didn't even know they were in an accident.
Be Charming's like, I see about 3 yells and 101 yelling, "Shut the fuck up, I'm trying to help." Yeah. I have more patience than I lead y'all to believe. It goes from me being patient with you and trying to explain things like, okay, we're going to try to do this, I'm doing this, and then if the person continues to be a pest and such, eventually I will just ignore them and do my job. And I've had to do this with when I delivered medical equipment to people, because there'll be the patient that's ornery or, combative or whatever the fuck. And then you'll have the person that's level-headed that you're trying to explain shit to, and I've ignored people. Trust me, I've ignored people.
It'd be like getting to somebody's house and they just ran out of oxygen 5 minutes ago.
Right. I've had that happen where it's
I know. You said no.
a lady's no, we had this one lady where it was she'd come in with 15 oxygen tanks full, and then she'd want them replaced, and then complaining that this isn't enough for 24 hours. Like, bitch, how much you breathing? Usually they last, a tank per day. So, yeah, like when somebody's getting combative or complaining, or for instance, somebody with minor injuries that I know is not going to fucking bleed out in the next 10 seconds. Yeah, I'm going to ignore you and help the person that is bleeding out, Did we freeze here?
No.
Okay.
Not that I know of.
Jim was holding very still on that one.
I'm a deep thinker.
Yeah, I can tell. You weren't even moving. I thought you froze.
Well, thanks for asking.
Jim held so still that I thought I froze.
Maybe I have to get a job in the winter as a mannequin.
Just stick you outside. You'll freeze.
I'm good at. I take the cold better than the heat.
Jim would be a very good street performer in New York, where they make those human statues.
I couldn't survive in New York.
Oh fuck no!
Too many people. I could not sleep anywhere where there was just constant noise from traffic.
Constant noise and like a dozen people within an arm's length of you. Like, no.
Go ahead. Not that I'm claustrophobic. In the early 80s, my wife and I went to New York City with a few other people, and we were just walking around, and we stopped and had takeout Chinese food. And I thought, there's just too many people here. How do people live like that with all those people?
Like, I'm in the city, and I'm used to people, but there ain't nowhere near the amount of people there is in like New York and shit. Like here.
Yeah, but you're metro. It's like Yeah, you have some space with your neighbors.
Right. I'm in the suburbs, like, suburbia, if you will.
Because it's hard to say what the difference is between metro and the suburbs, because some areas are more built up than others. I mean, my grandfather lived in Philadelphia when he went to when he was teaching at the University of Pennsylvania, and he couldn't take it anymore. He thought, get a job somewhere else, and then he moved out to
Right.
Collegeville and got a job teaching.
There's some places that I can't fathom how people do it. Like New York, for instance, you have the stress of people, then you have the stress of the amount of cost it stays to stay there,
Yeah.
and then you have the stress of actually going to work amongst that to make the money to pay for the shit that to live there. Like, why would you want to stay there?
Well, look at L.A. with the 6 and 10 lanes, highways and stuff to get to work and stuff.
That's another thing.
Oh man, I remember first time I drove in that, and it's like, holy crap!
Right.
Why do you need so many lanes? And then I found out.
Well, one problem.
And somehow it still gets backed up.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I haven't been on the road in 20 years. In Philadelphia, the road to get to Center City, Philly, the expressway, it's called the Schuylkill Expressway. It's only 2 lanes. They can't make it any wider because it's up against a wall of rock.
Okay.
And if they would make it wider on the one side, they can't because it just drops off. It's a hell ride.
Hmm.
And speaking of this area, did you hear about the armored car robbery in Delaware last week?
No.
The guys got away with it. They haven't apprehended them yet. 2 of the guys took off on foot, and they stole one of the guards' guns, and the other guy drove away, and I think a blue SUV.
Here's a good example of the 6-lane highway here. Bushcraft.
It's a parking lot.
That's moving pretty good.
Notice he's pushing it down with his middle finger.
Move to the right. Move to the right.
Move to the right.
Move to the right. He's so over the traffic. It's the funny part is the first comment here. It says, legend has it that the Engine 25 is still telling everyone to move to the right.
Better have that patient package by the time we get there. All right, thanks for catching me before I got on the freeway northbound.
I don't know who said it. I heard someone say southbound. It's there too.
FanDuel Casino is.
Oh, piss off, stupid commercials.
So you're ready to hey, go Navy. I was thinking of you just now.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. I don't know, bring back PTSD for you, Bushcraft?
No.
No? Come on. So, he got all the way over to the right lane, just to end up getting back to the left. Or, I said that backwards. He got all the way over to the left lane to get back to the right.
I hope he wasn't trying to get to a fire.
Say that again, Jim?
I'm hoping that fire truck wasn't trying to get to a fire somewhere.
Oh yeah,
It's already out.
he's going to a car accident.
So Grace said that's the Staten Island Expressway.
What, Jim?
Grace said that's the Staten Island Expressway.
That's the what?
It says
Staten
Seattle.
Island.
It says Seattle.
Yeah, it's Seattle.
Oh.
I like that guy. Too. Move to your right.
I don't know about you, but I'd be blaring the horn. I'd be like, I don't know why they're being so quiet.
Blasted it on that guy.
I'm sorry.
Blasted it on that guy though.
Yeah,
Pulling out in front of him.
You cut out in front. Yeah. He leaned out the window. He's probably bitching him out.
It looks like they're picking up the gold.
This guy don't know what he's doing.
Oh.
DOT guys are picking the gold up. Yeah.
They're loading up by the time we got there.
Yeah, that would happen. That's probably gonna happen with me. Is like I'd be loading up as they show up. Be like, my job's done. Yeah, people not moving out of the way and 6-lane highways. Fuck that shit. If I can at all help it, I'm avoiding highways when I'm doing this first responder shit if I have to. Well, it's 11:30 here. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. So Tuesday I have the orientation, and sometime either this week or next week I'll be hearing about the truck cap. I'll let you know what happens with the orientation with Cert, and we'll go from there. Until then, I gotta go get some sleep, and y'all have a good night. So 101
out.
I gotta go. I gotta work tomorrow.